well done with all the extra stuff they had to say.
Very well done, and welcome to Football Friday on a Tuesday. I love it when we switch days. We get really busy the next couple of weeks. I'm Mark Ovenden. He is Zach Bork.
It is the postseason in South Dakota high school football starting tonight, and we've got complete coverage of 4 different classes thanks to Paul's Place in Canton.
We'll start with the only 11-man class to play tonight, 11B. The other 3 play on Thursday. The Mustangs of Tri-Valley have played a rugged schedule that has them battle-tested for the playoffs, and tonight they hosted Beresford, and they would control this football game. It was tied at 7 when Brenton Hanisch would take it in for the short touchdown. Mustangs take the lead for good. They go back to Hanisch again. He runs off the screen and in for the score. It's now 21-7 in favor of Tri-Valley. They're not done. Beresford tries to come back. They go through the air here, but Alex Gonzalez, actually, he gets the big sack. And then the Mustangs take to the air. Noah Jewett. This is a beauty.
This
comes right into your living room. That's 75 yards to Landon Freeman down the sideline. It's 28-7. One of the nicest highlights of the night. And this time it's going to be Freeman punching it in on the ground. And again, as I said, it was all Tri-Valley tonight. Your final 34-14 as 34-13. The Mustangs win. Sioux Valley beats McCook Central Montrose 27-7. Winner improves to 9-0. They had a great ground game tonight as usual. That was 50-0 at halftime. Cavaliers now 8-1. Groton area, it got close at the end, but the Tigers now 8-1. And how about Bridgewater Emory Ethan in their first year in 11-man? They win at Chamberlain, a team that was 7-1 coming into this game. 7-2 actually. 36-18 your final. Custer leads at halftime, and Bennett County beat Lee Deadwood 50-6. On to 9AA, and what might be the wildest of the 9-man classes. We start in Wessington Springs. Actually, it was in Forestburg, where the top-ranked Blackhawks hosting Mount Vernon Plankinton. Landon Oshner gets the carry at about 20 yards here. Fourth quarter, same drive. Tucker Kingsbury drops back and finds Dylan Moore on the sideline. He dives into the end zone, gives them some breathing room. It's 32-12, but MVP comes back. Hayden Schmidt finding Devin Rahanic over the middle, and they aren't out of it. It's 32-18, but the Blackhawks put it away later. Tucker Kingsbury again finds Drew Olinger in the end zone. They win it 40-24, your final. Zach?
Just down the street, the Warbirds of Wolsey-Wessington took on the Miller Rustlers. It's my turn to do this name, Mark. On the opening kickoff, Wolsey-Wessington's Darian Ogunjemalusi. Did I get it right?
Close.
Well, good enough. Makes a couple of people miss. Then gets past midfield, broken arm tackle, goes 85 yards in the opening kickoff. What a way to start. It's 8-0. Second quarter, Miller driving. Devin Nat drops the pass to Nathan Colda, and the big fella gets a 20-yard pickup. They would have to settle, though, for a 27-yard field goal. Final score in this one is 22-19. Wolsey-Wessington in a closer one than expected. 22-9.
There you go. All right, the third-ranked Chester Flyers also started tonight with a perfect record as they took on Deuel. Chester leading this one 6-0. Oh, the Flyers get the block punt, and they're going to recover that. That would lead to a Jesse Kreitzfeld touchdown run, and that makes it a 2-touchdown lead now for the Flyers as he races right to the corner of the end zone. Flyers would need him tonight after running back Caleb Ike had to leave the game on a stretcher. It's Kreitzfeld again, this time with a big run down the sidelines. Doesn't quite score, but it sets up this. It's going to be a touchdown pass. Kreitzfeld finding Levi DeVries. That's good for a touchdown. There he is. He sees it in the lights. I lost it, but he caught it. Your final, Chester rolling. They're now 9-0, 56-6.
The Baltic Bulldogs have been a great story this year. They went for win number 7 against Arlington Lake Preston in their first playoff game in 32 years. On the second play, welcome back to the postseason. Sam Clark busts it loose, 73 yards for the touchdown, and the Bulldogs go up 6-0. On the first defensive possession, Baltic is forced to punt. They're going to block it, and guess who falls on it? Yep, Sam Clark. Have a day, Mr. Clark. That puts him in great field position. A few plays later, Baltic's Isaac Swartout will get the call from 2 yards out, and it's 12-0. Baltic off to a fantastic start in their first playoff game in 3 decades. Lake Preston getting on the board on their next drive. Nathan Parker with the TD rush. cuts it to 12-8, but this would be Baltic's night. On the ensuing kickoff, we're seeing a lot of this tonight. Kickoff return touchdowns. Reese Warren, the big fella, slow start, speeds up a little bit. Nice little juke right there.
Nice.
And see you later. Another nice move at midfield. He goes for the kick return touchdown. All Baltic. They win 40-8.
They're now 7-2. Keep in mind their last winning year, 1983. That's such a good story. And if you recall, they had a really long losing streak at one point. So this is wonderful for them. Chester, again, 56-6. They go to 9-0. Woonsocket, Wessington Springs, Sanborn Central. That game in Forestburg tonight. Oh, the melon capital of the world, and they're pretty happy. They win 40-24. Wolsey-Wessington won kind of a slugfest, a defensive struggle with the Rustlers of Miller 22-9. Webster edging Britton Hecla by a field goal. Bearcats now 9-0. And Bonham goes on the road and gets the shutout against Clark Willow Lake. Harriet Selby also put on a bunch of points tonight. Wolverines now 8-1, and Stanley County beats Gregory 32-8. On to Class 9A, where a familiar team from recent years is having another fantastic season. Paul Harnett was in Canastota tonight to see if they would remain unbeaten. Paul?
Well, Mark, the Hawks had a dominant run for several years, and it looks like they've got another one started. Tonight they hosted Gayville-Vollen in the first round of the 9A playoffs, trying to improve to 9-0, and I got drenched in Canastota, but it was worth it. First quarter, that's Shea Jolly with a little read option. He chooses the right option, goes in for 6. It's 16-0 Hawks. Cheerleaders, they're dancing in the rain. They don't care. This is Jolly again with the interception. That would set the Hawks up with great field position. On the next play, Jolly with a little play action hits a wide open Drew Siebert. Drew does the rest. Canastota ran 3 offensive plays in the first quarter. They scored 36 points.
How does
Go
that
figure.
work?
Well, this is a little bit how they did that.
On defense.
On defense. A lot of it was on defense, and some of it was on special teams. That's Jared Nielsen picking up the fumble, running in for the touchdown. Now we showed offense, we've showed defense. Here comes the special teams.
Really good night for special teams.
This is Jared Nielsen. This is the end of the first quarter. This is his second punt return for a touchdown of the quarter. All Hawks.
Okay. That's how they got 5 touchdowns on 3 offensive plays.
There you go.
Got it. On to the scoreboard. Your final 52-0. Great job, Paul. Parker,
Close
I
one with
believe that was a
Coleman
36-6 final as Parker wins a 36-26 in a really close one. Waverly South Shore improves to 8-1 with a 44-28 win. Warner, now the Monarchs 8-1. They win 38-0. Scotland, the Highlanders 8-1. How about that score? Irene Wakanda in 102 points scored in this game. Hanson scores 44 and loses. Sully Buttes wins 16-8. And Lemon McIntosh over Phillip 14-6.
Now, one team that was on a roll coming into the playoffs is Corsica-Stickney. The 7-1 Jaguars hosting Burke South Central tonight in Class 9B. Wouldn't have known they were on a roll, though, judging by the start. 3rd and long, Zach Seaburn airs it out. Vladik Johnson makes the catch. 2 defenders fall down.
Touchdown.
That's an easy path into the end zone. It was 6-0 Burke South Central after a quarter. Second quarter, opening play, 4th and goal from the 1. Seaburn on the sneak. First look, it looked like he was denied, but they would unpile, get the people untangled, and they give him the touchdown. It's 12-0 Burke South Central. They're starting to go nuts. Then the defense for the Jaguars takes over. Carson Costel just blows Johnson up. That would force the first punt of the night from Burke South Central. And on the ensuing possession, watch this one. Eli Van Rukel breaks 2-3 tackles, and he is gone from 50 yards.
Nice.
They would be down 18-16 in the fourth quarter and come back to win 32-18.
And one of the fun first-round matchups tonight happened in Del Rapids, where St. Mary hosted Smet. I figured this would be a great game. I figured right. Kristen Schneider's picking off Broderick Papaga, and Del Rapids St. Mary is in business. We're in the 3rd quarter now, and Dalton Huska is going to run it in from 2 yards out. We're tied up at 30 after the 2-point conversion. Still 3rd quarter. Christian Schneider's again. With another deflection, gets the pick. They're in great field position after the run back. And Josh Brown, who else? Josh Brown scored, 8 touchdowns a few weeks ago in a game? He's going to take it in 38-30 in favor of the Cardinals. But the Bulldogs weren't going to give up. DJ Barnard's going to rush in for a touchdown, and they would score with 24 seconds left in the game 2 touchdowns, your final. Yes, this was the game of the night. 42-38, the Smet advances. Langford, the Lions, now 9-0 with a big win tonight. Hamlin improves to 7-2. Alcester Hudson, the Cubs, now 7-2 with a win. Cologne, 8-1 with a 54-0 win. Corsica-Stickney comes back. The Jags now
16-point fourth
8-1.
quarter.
Harding County, the Ranchers are jolly tonight, and Faith had plenty of faith. Plus, they won by 32 points. More sports right after this.